Hey everyone, this is Bradley Bush. In a previous video, I talked about the average rate of change in detail. I gave the definition, I gave the algebraic example, and one short example from a graph. So here's another example from a graph. If you want more information than what you see here, then look for my video on the average rate of change in my algebra playlist. So here's another pictorial problem. So a problem where you've got to look at a graph and then find the average rate of change. So we are specifically interested in the average rate of change of the food section. So that's just the left half of the graph. And we want to know the average rate of change between 1950 and 1990. So if we look at those two years as 1950 and 1990, those are going to represent our x values. So 1950 will be our x1, 1990 will be our x2, and their corresponding, the height of the corresponding columns will represent the y value. So the 10% here, that's going to be y2, and the 22% will be y1. So if we remember our formula for the average rate of change was f of x2 minus f of x1 all over x2 minus x1. And instead of having f of x2, what we're going to do is we're going to use y2. So it's the same thing. It's the output of the function, but we're calling it a different thing. So this is going to be y2, and this is going to be y1. So now we have all of our pieces. We can literally just plug it in, and it's just a quick calculation. So y2 is 10%, and y1 is 22, and we have x2, which is 1990, and we have x1, which is 1950. That gives us negative 12 over 40, which if we simplify that, we can take a 4 out of both the top and the bottom. We do 3 times 4 over 10 times 4. We can see here that the 4's can cancel, and we're left with 3 out of 10, or negative 3 over 10. So the average rate of change between 1950 and 1990 in the total food spending was negative 3 over 10, or about negative 0.33%. That's it. If you have questions, leave me a comment, shoot me an email, give me a like if you like it, or subscribe to the channel.